Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team pick.
Puck. Witch Doctor.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Not something Secret will go to every game, but
It's so hard to deal
10
with. It
seconds,
just forces
10
your supports
seconds
to
remaining.
stick in that lane. I mean, you can't leave them unless you have
5 seconds,
something that
5
is
seconds
extremely good at
remaining.
clearing the spiders.
this is very player targeted though from EG.
Yeah.
Like you were asking, will they focus more on strong heroes
Reserve
or just
time.
what Secret like to run, and everything is very Secret targeted.
Yeah.
So I guess we get our answer there.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll need a Zai hero. Bristleback's probably the big hero with the puck ban, the
Techies is
the Brood Mother
available.
ban. Techies is
Radiant team
available.
pick.
One can only dream.
I don't know if they run it versus EG here though.
Yeah,
Ricky is also available.
Ricky is still there in the pool.
The thing with the Techies pick was it was against like a triple melee opener, I believe.
Yep.
So Puck Witch Doctor, it's a lot harder to get things done as a Techies.
That is true. That is true. But EG thinking of the first hero. Normally here is where they get their carry player. I mean when you
10
remember these
seconds
lineups,
remaining.
if Drow wasn't to be banned, it would be like Puck, Venge,
5
Drow,
seconds
Puck
remaining.
Witch Doctor, Drow, Puck Visage, Drow. That was like the setup that they would normally go
Reserve
for. So
time.
we'll probably see EG in the third or fourth pick trying to get one of those cards that is going to be the main damage dealer. And knowing that they have Shadowfiend in front of them, they might think of an answer, direct answer. What is good against Shadowfiend, Blitz?
There's two ways to play him. Either you go ultra
Dire team
late game,
pick.
Mm-hmm.
where if he decides to go any utility, like I know the Chinese mids favor the mech first.
Yeah.
If you go something like that, if you go mech Manta, I think that's what somebody on CDEC did, Mikasa, the game you casted.
Mm-hmm.
When you go a build like that, you really limit the late game viability of the hero, and or you just gank him like crazy in the early game. The hero doesn't really get outlaned by anything, especially since the level 1 Raze got buffed so much.
Yeah.
So you either have to take it
10
to
seconds,
him
10
pre-level
seconds
5,
remaining.
because once he hits level 3 raises, he can just
5
nuke out the
seconds,
wave,
5
bottle
seconds
crow,
remaining.
and then just repeatedly jungle, and you don't want to commit heroes that deep into the enemy
Reserve
jungle,
time.
especially when he has a Chen there.
With the Chen, I feel like trying to beat him mid, you have to pick like a total lane dominator, because they also have a Witch Doctor, which is not the best offensive support early.
It's okay. I mean, you can kill a Shadowfiend. It's like 500 HP.
We've seen a Queen of Pain beat a Shadowfiend with the help of a Chen. The Chen made it really hard. I don't remember what game it was.
Oh,
Radiant
Oh wow,
team
the
pick.
Lina.
They don't have any real setup for the Lina yet.
I don't feel like Lean is a support here. I
Yeah,
think
that's.
the hero is.
I've
it
been
doesn't
he-
pair with the Chen.
I've
at
been
all.
hearing from a lot of pro players for the last 2 months. Lina is actually a really good core hero. It's really good mid, and it's very tough to beat mid.
Yeah, it's
Now, I've never seen it in a pro game, so I don't know the veracity of these claims, but they were not trolling. They were actually genuinely saying it's
10
just, oh, they're
seconds
not.
remaining.
It's the NEL go-to solo mid.
that's the #1 hero I run in
5
in solo
seconds
queue.
remaining.
Really?
in every single server. I played C by accident like 5 games. All 5 games Lina mid. I
Reserve
think I
time.
started tracking my own stats. I think like 70% of games, if I take any mid, no matter what, even if it's not even a counter pick,
Yeah.
they'll just open with Lina mid.
What is a counter pick? What does Lina counter pick?
Everything. I'm not even kidding. It's
Please, I mean, explain.
Shadowfiend, Storm.
Explain.
Except like Viper
TA.
maybe.
Dire team pick.
Something. I
Even,
don't know.
the thing, even Viper,
Yeah.
because the range, the 670 range that you have, you can get into a right-click fight with anybody. You'll be on top of your hill, they'll be on top of theirs, and you can still right-click them.
You can right-click from
It's
uphill to
absurd.
uphill.
Wow. It's got
It might
really
be
good
like a
effect
little
range,
bit. It might be a little bit closer, but then on top of that, because of the way that the level 1 nuke was buffed, it just clears so much. It does so much damage. You get a bottle off the bat, and it's just
10 seconds
impossible
remaining.
to fight against.
So
Interesting.
most people are running at mid.
Yeah, I don't think this.
And they have the SF for
5
for
seconds
RTs
I
remaining.
already.
feel like this can't be. This has to be a Shadow Fiend mid, right?
It could be a safe lane shadow.
Reserve
if you think
time.
about
You
it.
could
But
farm Lina.
10
the thing
seconds
is that
remaining.
if you look at Lina Chen, they're not great without a setup.
5
Yeah, which is
seconds
where
remaining.
it does feel like this is not a support, because if
Yeah.
it were, then they'd want some
Still,
setup.
but
they
if
get
you-
the Zai bristle,
Radiant
so it's either
team
S4 Lina
ban.
or it is Kuroki on it.
If you put Lina mid, then, and the Chen stacks the camp
Yeah.
on the left side, it's harder for the Shadow Fiend to completely rotate over, and it slows down this potential farm a lot. I feel like putting, especially if they have Radiant, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not
10
no, they're
seconds
they're only
remaining.
higher, then maybe you do it, and it's okay.
So as for EG, they
5
go for the
seconds
Sumail Club
remaining.
now. Fear, generally the troll. We saw the
Yeah.
Shadow Blade troll yesterday, did a lot of work.
Reserve time.
The All-Flame Puck for Universe, so they will need that support, probably the AUI 2000 support. What do you see the Chen? You may feel if you're EG like you can get a bit greedier. We saw one team yesterday tried to run a Sand King just to get more out of the jungle versus a Chen. So the AUI has played a little bit of. What do you guys think for AUI?
I feel like you can go. I feel like the Witch Doctor has picked. Like the Witch Doctor controlling really good at already zoning out the Bristleback on their own, so they can get something a bit more greedy with AUI's pick potentially.
Dire
'cause
team
I think
ban.
that Witch Doctor pick was almost picked up knowing that Secret liked her on the Bristleback and that it's a really good zoner with Maledict and a strong laner like Trolls. So as far as AUI's hero goes, I think either something greedy or something that can just solo roam and pressure the SF in mid lane with the Queen of Pain.
10 seconds
I wonder if
remaining.
this would be a good game for the comeback of the Skywrath mage, because Lina is a
5
great silence
seconds
target.
remaining.
Again, Bristleback with the amplified damage that you get, you kind of counter his Bristleback, in fact. And it's going to be a Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick.
So
That's the Chen counter.
They're
That's a
super
chain
early
counter.
game.
Yeah.
I feel like
they
they
have good anti-Chen supports, both of them actually.
Yeah. I feel like this is a bit of what I mentioned earlier, where they're just going to go right off the bat, try ward up the secret jungle, prevent Chen from having any of his big camps, and I mean, their level 1 right now is pretty scary with these 5 heroes, whereas Secret don't really have the same ability to fight with the Chen Shadow Fiend.
Newsflash. Out of the total 100 heroes that are available,
105.
105
10
sorry,
seconds,
yeah, you're
10
right,
seconds
Hero.
remaining.
that are available in Dota 2. 93
5
of them have
seconds,
repeat
5
in
seconds remaining.
Dota Asian Championship.
So what are ones that have not been picked yet? Alright, well this one has been the Nyx
Yeah.
Ascent.
Radiant team pick.
It's a 4 int lineup. That Monoburn could do quite a bit of damage here.
Definitely. And again, this Nyx Assassin could be a support Nyx
Support, I think it probably is.
Let's see. I think this is the most important part of the game right now.
A
I
safe
think it's.
lane Lina, or
I think that is a. I think that's a core Lina. Maybe.
I would love to see a
So
Corlina.
Bristle off lane, SF mid, Lina safe lane, Nyx support, Chen support.
They could do
I-
something super tricky and put like Lina, Nyx off, and then put Bristle short lane with Chen
Yeah.
roaming.
I don't think they want to really bristle off playing against like the Witch Doctor troll. Zai's not going to, if it is Zai, sometimes S4's played one game and the Bristleback is just not going to get farm against that kind of a lane.
10
you find out
seconds
they're
remaining.
really, they're
Yeah,
really,
they're making
Yeah.
they're really
milking it.
EG's lane's quite straightforward.
5
no
seconds remaining.
surprises there as far as Secret are concerned.
Oh, S4 is the Bristle. Okay.
He's played it sometimes.
Oh,
So it is a support Lina. So they do not have a
Aw.
great setup here unless
Yeah.
Puppy gets a troll.
I think just with Shadow Fiend in the game, it's hard to justify not putting him mid. Oh, they just swapped
Prepare
heroes.
for battle!
So S4 is now the
the Nyx.
Nyx.
And who's the Lina?
I guess they're giving us for...
It's still Kuro.
Ah.
They might have actually just... It might have not been a sneaky thing. They might have just been debating how to do it. They were like, okay, well, what's the best setup here?
EG immediately looking to go into that dire jungle though. They're 5-manning towards the top lane
And Secret immediately...
where Secret are waiting on the ramp, but this is gonna be something where normally there's that one hero position to scout out this rotation, but EG, even if they don't get a kill, they're just happy to get down some wards here probably.
LD, as much as I would love to stay in this amazing game, I'm gonna step out. You feel free to stay if you want. I'm gonna take a small break, and then I'll come back after the game is done. Sounds good?
I'll leave these two to it.
Sounds good.
I'll join you, my friend.
30
Good luck,
seconds
guys.
to
Good luck,
battle.
gentlemen.
Alright, we
It's just us
finally
now.
get some alone time,
Yes. Dude, you are so tall compared to me. I feel like I'm not even that short. I want to let people know that I'm like 5'10", but I look like a midget here. I am LD. Thank you.
Will. You're tall for a Korean person, you know? People in Southeast Asia.
In Korea, I'm a giant.
Yeah. Just I picked the Southeast Asia. I feel like if you were there, yeah, in Southeast Asia in general, you'd be massive.
Yeah, I'm very tall there. All right, so if you want to go over the lineups really quick.
Okay, we can do that. So Zai gonna be on the perspective. Level 1 Goof. He was actually been trapped here in the river and not gonna be, well, we're gonna lose kind of vision there for Zai. As Arteezy gonna be playing the Shadow Fiend. He's gonna pick up the Bounty Rune, and mid lane Puppy gonna be doing the body
He's
block
the
for your
body
Shadow
for him.
Fiend. Yep. Lane, it's gonna be the Kuro Lina supporting the S4 Nyx, a safe lane farming Nyx Assassin. And the Radiant side. Do you want to introduce them, even though you don't think they're gonna win? We
Okay.
should have introduced our own team.
Why are
know?
you saying it like that?
Well,
like that
no, you know, EG was my team, Secret was yours. Like, we
okay,
should be
okay.
introducing
That's
our
not
own
how I'm
teams.
looking at it. All right, so Universe is going to be playing the puck off lane. Looks like with the Witch Doctor of PPD. You've got Sumail playing the Queen of Pain mid, and you've got Fear on this Troll Warlord, and got AUI 2000 playing this Crystal Maiden right here.
Yep. Oh, okay. He's gonna be doing some early jungle, trying to get fast level 2. Mid lane, okay, Arteezy. Too easy.
That-
First Blood's the Queen of Pain. That just happened.
That is surprising. I don't think that should happen.
He went all in for
he
that
all
kill.
in with the blink. There's no way that should happen, and that sets him back so much.
He
He's
wants
got
to go in
21
once more.
gold
He
now.
needs to cancel this salve at least, but he's not getting the kill.
No, he's
though.
got a bottle now too, and he's just wasted
Oh.
even more mana.
If he,
That I don't even think all-inning it there. It was pretty low percentage, especially if you blink aggressively like that. He ate 2 raises by Arteezy. Not the kind of start that he wants, but he has to calm down, relax. Things can still go okay. This is still a winnable lane.
well, he's once again manning up. This time he blinks backwards, although there wasn't any mana for an Arteezy raise there, so almost getting defensive when he doesn't need to at the same time. But as you said, it's going to just come down to remaining composed here for the young 15-year-old in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's probably the most interesting thing. He's been pretty composed after that they actually had a pretty good run in the first few days, so maybe that helps out his confidence and he calms down and says, okay, things are all right.
Just treat it like any other NEL game. You're just like versing Arteezy. He's probably done this many times before in NEL. Top lane. Uh-oh, Sumail blinks in aggressively. Arteezy going to turn around, throw some raises. Gets the triple raise, it looks like, but not enough damage coming out onto Sumail. But Sumail's lane effectively lost at this point. Meanwhile, Universe at top lane, almost getting picked off. He needs to get the jaunt out. S4 not going to be able to chase him down. Salve comes out and, well, EG getting pressured in both mid lane and top lane pretty heavily here. AUI's in the jungle, just has that Brilliant Aura up. He's doing pretty effective as far as just providing that support to his teammates. I feel like, how big a difference does something like a Brilliant Aura make in a game like this for your lanes?
Not that much. The best thing, though, that AUI can do is just continue to stack for this SF, which he's doing right now in this jungle. Get as much farm as he can.
Well, the SF's on the Dire.
Or no. For
like
the Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Or your Troll. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just woke up, dude. And
Me
so
too. Me too.
if you play a really greedy support like this, you want him to get as much as he can. Get the boots, get a smoke. Maybe that's how they try to pick up on this Shadow Fiend. Like I said, the only 2 ways that you're going to beat him here is either you dominate him in the laning phase, which after that Bounty Rune and that first kill doesn't really look like it's going to happen. I mean, giving up a Shadow Fiend of all heroes first blood solo, and he got the Bounty Rune, like this is the dream start for Artur.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling really comfortable. Puppy doesn't even have to really offer that assistance, which you sometimes see him like send creeps towards the mid lane, just throw a tornado, throw like a mana burn, just have that kind of shockwave spam, whatever it may be. But Puppy, he's stacking. He's doing just what kind of the CM is doing, stacking big camps
That's what I
for
meant
the
to
SF.
say.
Yeah, there we go. We got it right the second time.
Yeah.
Morning
and
jitters.
by doing this, Puppy he's lowering his potential farm, but he's really setting up for Artur, which is what he wants. This Crystal Maiden, though, it's a really greedy pick. It doesn't do a whole lot in this game. I really feel like a Crystal Maiden against heroes like Bristleback, Nyx, Lina. She's just gonna get blown up. So you have to get aggressive. And look, I think he's gonna pop a smoke here, try to go around, but Puppey knows about this, and he's gonna stand here to break it actually. And he does. He should be able to see this coming. Sumail doesn't have the blink up. Does he commit for this? It's getting really close. Artois popping bottle charges. The screen's gonna pick him off. It was smart though. Like, that was a good idea.
Well, AUI, if he went the normal smoke path up the ramp, it wouldn't have worked, but he went through the river and the reveal came a bit too late. Meanwhile, Puck gonna get a kill on the Lina at the jungle here. That haste rune allowing him to just chase down Lina, who was looking for denying the neutral camp. So EG, they bounce back a little bit here after a shaky start for Sumail in the mid lane.
That's so next level though by AUI. They were next leveling each other. He's like, I'm gonna smoke, and Puppey's like, I'm gonna wait on top of this cliff for you to go through. That was just Puppey actually waiting out the smoke timer. There was no creeps by him. He just sat up here and he was waiting for it to pop.
Yeah.
But the CM, it's because it's so obvious. That's what the CM's gonna do. He's jungling. He's staying off the map. He's gonna create presence somewhere. There's no real point in ganking a Bristleback, especially for a troll warlord. And so try to get some pressure on the mid lane, and it is successful though.
And you can see like the CM, you know that CM's going to go at level 3, especially you can see the
yeah,
brilliance.
you know she's gonna gank is the crazy
As
part.
soon you can check the scoreboard, you see level 3 here, and you're like, okay, that's CM. The only move the CM has from the jungle is to smoke wrap around mid lane.
Yeah,
That's the one play you have to make.
100% out of 100. Every single time you pick a CM, you go for that. The crazy thing is that it worked. Like I'm still baffled.
I think ultimately comes down to the smoke through the river. And also the timing, like around the 4-minute rune, it's so predictable, but it still works. Top lane, meanwhile, S4. Actually, no, it's bottom lane. Fear gonna get jumped on as it wants to try and man fight up on Kuro. Kuro's rotated, but he's gonna give away a kill. Zai now in trouble as well. Fear gonna get 2! Double kill for the old man. As EG get up 4 kills to 1. Things starting to stabilize here. If Sumail was a bit worried after that first blood mid, he can see that the other lanes are going well. He's now going to kill an Arteezy. At this point, he's probably feeling very calm and good about himself.
Yeah, especially after that rebuttal kill and the way that the team is doing so far right now, he has to think to himself, okay, that was a little bit of a mistake, but it doesn't really determine the game. And Puppey can't really gank a Queen of Pain, so he's not feeling pressured at all. He realizes, all right, if I don't die in this lane, I'm perfectly fine, and he's going to get gone on too.
Oh, the cast being one of the greatest tools you can have against a Chen. Puppey going to, well, potentially look to deny himself. No opportunity to do so. Queen of Pain gets another kill. Just crisp play coming out of EG, looking to bring in those supports when they need to for those runes.
Yeah, and right now, the problem seems like the Lina hasn't really paid off. This is a hero that you absolutely have to be ahead in to justify picking it this early. I just think that it's a really greedy support in general. He has no setup stun. Ganking a Queen of Pain, where's his targets really? He's not going to kill a Puck, especially with S4 playing a Nyx. Like, there's no real setup for that. You just phase shift dodge everything.
Yeah. So S4 is essentially the initiator, kind of, I mean, his normal role in the team. Just seeing level 6 now, does he look to go gank, or is he going to try farm up like a core item first? What's kind of his move in this game?
It's too obvious if he goes and ganks right now. What I would like to see S4 do is grab a TP, and then he has to do it instantly. I would probably go to the safe lane. The troll plays really far up, trying to zone the Bristleback out. If I'm S4 right now, I grab a TP at the side lane, I fog for half a second, and then I just TP out.
Well, for EG, they're going to be ready for those kind of movements here. The Nyx has been 6 for some time. AUI is still playing aggressive in this moment. He's level 5. We've got a lot of experience out of this jungle and just in general from the rotations he's made. So for EG, going to be pretty confident about how things have started off here. Sumail's kind of stabilized in the mid lane. TZ just going for those kind of basic tanky items. Has a Wraith Band and a Bracer on his Shadow Fiend just to try and stay alive from these kind of ganks.
Yeah, and so S4 has grabbed the TP. He is ready for any sort of rotation. I think you push this lane out. That's what he's doing right now. You let the Lina take XP, and then you just immediately TP down is, I think, the move. Troll, look how far up he's playing right now. Queen of Pain is a low percentage gank. You have to assume that a sentry ward's there. So back up S4, wait half a beat, TP bottom, and then go for the gank.
Yeah. Well, it looks like S4 still looking to stay at the top lane for the time being. Fear taking a bit of damage down the bottom lane. Zai's starting to stack up some goos and quills, and
This'll come in handy.
Fear may need backup here. Zai's got still a lot of mana here. Fear may just go down. He's
Is
got a
running
lot
out
stacks on
for
him too.
Dire's
Oh, the
middle
TP
tower.
coming in from the puck at the last second. There is a Dream Call available. If he can get in range, he's going to all forward. No TP until now. The Nyx has some TPs, but it maybe is too late. Zai probably going to go down here. Fear turns around with a slow. Here comes S4 looking to get one kill or possibly a couple.
He has to go
Pale
for
going to
Fear.
catch both. He gets AUI and Fear. AUI, he's
It's getting body blocked here by S4. Lina shows up as well now. S4 wants AUI. The Lina right click, not enough.
It's
One
gonna
more.
get him.
Oh, it doesn't do it. He cast. Oh, the cast now comes up from PPD. Kuro gonna go down. It's a disaster for Secret in the bot lane. They just got the Crystal Maiden with that last right click, but EG show up with a great TP from Universe. He was just a little bit faster than S4 in the rotation, and
Oh,
it
cover
made all
your
the difference.
eyes.
I
Dire's
absolutely
bottom
think
tower
S4
is
should have
taking a
TP'd down there
drubbing.
earlier. Look how far up Fear was playing during that time. He hit the level 6 timing really well too, and look where the sentry ward is placed as well. If he just walks
The
forward,
Dire
ganks,
just can't
ganks
resist
control there,
attacking
away from the
Radiant's
tower,
top
that's
tower.
a really safe kill for Secret. But by allowing the chase to the tower, by Zai just kind of overextending
Dire's
just a little
middle
bit,
tower
like, he
is
has to know
under
that's gonna
attack.
happen. Puck is the best counter
Radiant
ganker in the
structures
game.
are fortified.
Like as soon as he hits 6, he's gonna grab a TP. He's gonna look to rotate.
Even when the puck TP was visible for Secret, I think it was like a good
Radiant's top
second
tower
and a
is
half to 2
under
seconds
attack.
before S4 TP'd. It still wasn't instant, even when they knew the puck
Maybe
was
he just
visible.
didn't
Dire's
think he was
middle
gonna catch
tower
up.
is
Yeah.
under attack.
Well, we'll see what the next move for Secret's going to be. The Chen is really high level in the jungle. They're getting a lot out of that, but we haven't really seen Puppey have much of an impact. He's level 7, has the Hand of God as far as, well, once it comes off cooldown, but in general, Secret playing from behind now, and this is, well, not a new thing for them. They've had some games where they've kind of started off slow, the game against CDEC where it felt like they maybe should have lost, and we'll see what they can do here against EG.
I think Puppey actually stacked
Radiant's
for
bottom
himself.
tower is
Judging by
under
the amount of
attack.
golden levels he
Yeah,
has,
yeah.
I think he just used the double Wild Wing Rippers. Say that fast 5 times. Wild Wing Rippers to stack for himself, and then he cleared it with that. Because Arteezy looks really far behind right now. And on this high ground right here,
Okay. Arteezy going to go down, tries to get the counter kill on PPD. Do you feel like that's the right move, taking it and trying to get the fast mech versus Arteezy getting on the Shadow Fiend?
I guess if you think that Shadow... I think the mech right now is more important than anything that Arteezy's going to grab, so yeah. Getting a 11-minute mech on this Chen is pretty crucial, especially just because Chen hasn't been able to gank any lane. But realistically, where is he going to go? So he might as well just get guaranteed farm. But the trade-off here is that your team's going to do a little bit weaker. They've sent Kuro in his stead every single time. I don't even know how Kuro's level 6 right now, by the way.
Dire's
Like, that's
poor
actually
top
absurd,
tower.
considering every single
Can
gank I've
its
seen him
end
do
be
has been
drawing
unsuccessful
nigh?
so far.
He's had the pull camps to himself, but yeah, it seems a bit crazy. Secret are surprisingly getting their levels, getting at least some basic farm and core items on all their heroes, like Kuro just having an urn, S4 is up to level 9. Across the board, it feels like Secret are at least not getting completely demolished here. Their supports are far more farm than the EG. Looking at their supports, like 1,300 net worth apiece, when Chen is 3k net worth, Lina has 2.2k. It's not exactly as clear-cut an EG lead as it may kind of appear based on the kills and the fights we've seen so far.
Yeah, Puppey's almost got core farm. So when you've got that much on your Chen, you're never too far behind. But remember, Chen isn't a hero that scales too well late game. You absolutely need to hit this mech timing and start going around the map accomplishing things. The problem, though, in picking Chen this early is that EG seemed to know they were actually going to give up the Chen, and they've picked a lineup of cores that are really difficult to gank. They've got a Queen of Pain. How do you gank that with the Chen? You have no real setup, except for S4. Like, you're never going to hit a Lina stun without him seeing it from Fog. You've got a Puck who's not even worth ganking, I
Radiant
think,
must
at this
summon the
point. It's so
spirit
low
to
percentage.
defend the
And you've got a
top
troll who's
tower.
just naturally tanky. He's got 1,000 HP. The whirling axes make everything miserable.
Yep.
Like, it's just not an ideal Chen game.
Not
so
to mention your 2 supports. You got Cask and Frostbite.
yeah, exactly. You're just giving up a creep at that point. So the plan is grab this mech and just push. I don't...
Yep.
Maybe you go for a smoke gank and then go for the push, but regardless, you are looking just for the straight up push.
They could quite easily take Roshan as well. They've got the Bristleback with the Goo, the Shadow Fiend. No points in the aura just yet. He's just hit level 9, may pick up his first one now, but that's the other option for them as well, if they can try get in there with maybe 3 heroes and show like Kuro in the mid lane on the Lina and Nyx at top lane.
Yeah, they actually haven't shown... they don't have any wards in the secret jungle, so they might just think that SF is doing the jungle and Zai is doing the ancients, and they're like, okay, this is a really good timing, and that is what they're going to go for. I guess straight up pushing into EG's lineup is also really miserable. There's just so much wave clear on their end.
EG seem to be moving to at
Radiant's
least check
top
this one out. They're
tower
going to walk
is
past the
under
illusion, and
attack.
that illusion is there to scout this one. So
They
this,
know our tour too well.
it's the catch-up Roshan. They're not going to allow that to happen.
This is the classic C9, we're behind, we have to go for a Roche.
Well, they're going to now have a fight brewing at near the bottom river here. Chaos bouncing between 2 and Arteezy locked in place. The heals from the Chen. This is all they've really got from the Chen.
That's
now
a 3-man
the
coil, though.
Oh my gosh. S4 locked in place, and then the death what he goes Vendetta just to stay alive. Instead, now it's Arteezy focused by Queen of Fate blinks to high ground. It's Lagoon, but will come out on top. Bring it down a second here, and EG out lasting Secret here for the start of this fight. Zai now going to look to kind of kind of switch targets here. It's got a lot of durability with this mid booster of his, but he may have kind of overstayed his welcome, gets sent back by Puppey on the Chen. That'll be enough to at least kind of have a slightly even trade for Secret. It's a 2-for-1, but the gold chain's somewhat even.
Yeah, I guess Secret lost the Shadow Fiend, and the Lina at this point isn't too big of a deal. It's pretty inconsequential. Essentially, you're trading core for core. The support is just token gold, but I feel like Secret could have fought that a lot better. They grouped for the 3-man coil, and then on top of that, Artur just started slowly moving towards the Death Ward.
They had nothing to stop the Death Ward.
Yeah, they weren't going to be able to stop that. There's only the Lina, but she has to play super far back. It was just a really well-played fight by EG. They get the 3-man coil off, they lay down the Death Ward really far away from the coil, actually, and they were just able to isolate the heroes from Secret.
Well, off of that, EG just going to back off, look to get the next couple of core items. Fear farming very well in his Troll Wall. It has 1500 gold after the phase. Helm the Dominator will be built into a Yasha. We've seen like a few kind of Shadow Blade type builds from him in occasion on the Troll, but this is going to be a kind of more just well-rounded Troll, not going for that high risk play.
Yeah, I don't think you build Shadow Blade into a Bristle and SF. There's no real point. And Nyx is a difficult hero to gank in general, off the bat. Maybe you could punish the Shadow Fiend by getting one, but I don't think so. Especially if Arteezy just gets a Yules, you just Yules the Troll and run away.
Do you think that's going to be the item here for Arteezy on the Shadow Fiend? He has got the Sage's Mask. Is this a Yules, or is he just trying to... he's not completing his Ring of Aquila, so...
Yeah, I think it's definitely a Yules game. A BKB here doesn't really help you too much. The damage from the Troll is still too insanely high. The Death Ward as well, and it looks like EG are going to go for a Roshan of their own. See, this was a smart Roshan. You've got firm control of the map, you've just taken a fight, and that's going to dissuade Secret from going for this fight. If they do fight for it too as well, it's just going to be way too late. They've got perfect vision in the Rosh pit.
Has fallen to
But
the
Secret
Radiant.
have devoted so many heroes. They've smoked out 4 as well here. They have to go for something. Looks like they are looking for a fight. Zaya's just going to push up, but they are walking into a high ground here. I don't think this fight values Secret or Secret whatsoever.
Well, here comes the wraparound from Puppey. He's going to run into AUI. The Impale catches 2 really nice from S4. Both supports kind of isolated, and I think EG off of that may just cut their losses.
That was so smart from Secret. They split their cores by running forward, and then they created a death trap. I thought that fight was going to go terribly for them at first, but then they just split around and outmaneuvered.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Creeps by Chen. Like, what does the Witch Doctor cast do in that situation?
I think also importantly they knew Universe on the puck he was kind of farming the top lane and rotating
is
through the
running
jungle.
out
He was
for
still a
Dire's
very
middle
long way
tower.
away.
Radiant's
you definitely
bottom
need the puck there
tower
for that.
is
I think
under attack.
he should have TP'd just for the protection. But even I didn't think that Secret was going to go
Dire's
for that
middle
after the
tower
Roche fight.
is under
EG
attack.
probably just thought, okay, we
The
have the
direst
biggest...
elements are
There's no way that they
pelting
take the
Radiant's
fight here,
bottom
right?
tower.
Well, Secret off of this, they're pushing into an Aegis right
Dire's
now. Well,
top
trading
tower,
towers for the timing. They
Radiant's
think the
bottom
T1
tower
bottom.
has
S4 looks to go top to
fallen.
defend
Storm
and look for it
doors
to
in
deny
place.
himself.
Dire's
Has
structures
got
are
his blink dagger up,
fortified.
so EG need to be a little bit
Dire's
careful
middle
as far
tower
as
is under
pushing out
attack.
this lane and getting caught out.
Thoughts on this Queen of Pain
Sometimes
Orchid?
I find myself saying, for no reason at all, Dire's
What are your
structures
thoughts?
are just
Do you not feel like
magnificently
it's a lucky game?
fortified.
Bro, Universe gets caught out. That is some greed going for that T1
Shout
tower.
it to the atmosphere.
I feel
Dire's
like
top
against
tower
Secret's
has
lineup, it's not the best
been
item.
Except
denied.
you know is going Yules, Bristleback, who's just naturally tanky. It's good against, I feel like, the Nyx alone. But even
But Nyx has a blink dagger now.
yeah.
I guess Lina dies to everything, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like a BKB or an Ags, especially an Ags, I feel, against
Radiant's
the
middle
type of
tower
lineup that
is
Secret
under
has,
attack.
would probably be better suited. It gives her tank without having to force her to hard commit to something like a BKB, which would put her a little bit all in for the early game.
He's going to get really fast, so we can transition to the next time. It's more like, it's not like your normal Orchid, and then you get lots of kills off of it. Like, you start ganking the Storms and other heroes around the map who are very prone to getting ganked by it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he gets it here and it works off, because if you have a Chen and a Bristle and you're behind in the game, look at what Secret are doing right now. They've devoted all 5 heroes to the jungle / Ancients, so maybe you look out for the guy who goes for the Ancients or shows up in the lane by himself, knowing the rest of Secret, if they're not showing on the map, they're just farming the jungle out.
He also doesn't know that Arteezy's going for the Yules just yet. It's been entirely kept hidden on the courier, so...
I mean, you can kind of guess by the game. The only other item he'd get is a BKB, and if he had the Ogre Club, he'd have gone for it by now.
Yeah.
Because he needs the HP.
Alright, well, EG going to look to making their move out on the map. Right now, their vision's been very limited to their side and fairly defensive. That's where they haven't been able to find too many pickoffs or get aggressive. But they want to try take control of the enemy jungle, use this Orchid offensively as much as possible. But got to be a bit careful here. Zai's going to be the one they kind of run into, and he scouts him from the high ground.
Run away, Zai. Yeah, at this point, EG realize they've got a lot of map awareness. They realize that all 5 heroes of Secret are in the jungle. They're gonna try to evade. Somehow Secret get out of that just
Dire's
fine.
top tower is
So a
under
little bit
attack.
more control. It looks like they are gonna go for this top lane though.
Yeah, I feel like for EG, even not getting a kill for that smoke, they still get this tier 2, they get
The
some deep wards
Dire's
down in the enemy
poor
jungle.
top
Yeah,
tower.
the creep wave was just pushed out
Can
really
its
nicely.
end be
Zai does
drawing
have
now?
this,
Dire's
S4
structures
does have the
are
blink dagger available
fortified.
to him, but Sumail has an Orchid as well.
They're setting up, they're going to blink in, get an impale onto 2 Fear as well as PPD. They want to bring down the Witch Doctor to start things off here. PPD just trying to hightail it out of there. Fear just manning up with the Aegis in hand. He can just keep on fighting, but they've lost the rest of his team. Queen of Bait
Dire's
and
top
Witch
tower
Doctor
has
get
been
blown up.
denied.
Another 2-hero impale from S4.
He's
He
gotta
goes
go
in
for
with the Vendetta. It's catching everyone. Fear's still in the backline, trying to 1v5 it up. AUI with the freezing field gets cancelled by Erlina. It's a team wipe from Secret. EG get destroyed.
The
What
quills!
happened?
The quills! There's so many charges.
Oh
he just kept doing it over and over again. They didn't realize Sumail got so low. I mean, this is the problem I feel with the Orchid. It just doesn't really provide a whole lot. Who do you Orchid there, right? The SF instantly
Radiant's
uses
middle
himself.
tower
The
is under
Bristleback,
attack.
is it really worth it to use it on him? S4 just stayed in the far back, waited for his opportunity, catches 2 heroes in the back line. That's what he's going for right now. He's just trying to obliterate the back line. He's not even bothering using his ultimate because he assumes that EG just has a bunch of sentries, and they do. And just the sheer amount of quills that he shot off, and the Shadow Fiend being able to pop his ultimate, getting a raise off as well, it's just too much damage right now. Pushing into this kind of lineup, it feels, is just a little bit too dangerous.
That's with an Aegis there, and yeah, they kind of just let Fear do his thing on the front lines, knowing that they can outlast him,
The
bring down the
Dire
squishy
just
heroes
can't
further back,
resist
and
attacking
with that, Secret get
Radiant's
a
top
lot of
tower.
momentum going their way.
I mean, Troll looks a lot less scary when he loses his Witch Doctor and his puck.
Yeah.
Like, you just kite him non-stop there, and that's exactly what he did. He didn't have enough targets to go for. How are you going to kill a Bristleback? He just turns his back to you and waves it away.
That Bristleback just clean house
Radiant's
there.
middle
Clean
tower
house getting
is
put out as
under
well this
attack.
time around. It's, well, Kuru's Lina getting the kill, but there will be a counter kill here. Kuru going to look to just turn and do as much damage as he can. The Death Ward from the higher ground. PPD
Radiant's middle
gonna get one kill
tower
on the
is
Lina, but will
under
pay for with his
attack.
life. Zai with a
Going
BKB just manning up. He's going to go for AUI as well with the maxed out kill.
Dire's bottom
AUI
tower
just taking
is under
huge
attack.
damage here. The BKB ends though. Zai
Radiant's
should be
middle
careful. He may have
tower is under
overextended.
attack.
Uh-oh.
He blinks for the front as well, catches him. That's an
Dire's
unstoppable
bottom
streak for
tower is
Sumail, by the way.
Dire's
That
bottom
was
tower
a
has
really costly
fallen.
mistake from Zai.
Radiant's middle tower is
That
under
wasn't the
attack.
move. That definitely wasn't the play. They do get the mid
Beset
tower
on
though out of
all
that, and
sides,
that helps so much
Radiant's
just for
middle
control.
tower
If they want to go
has
for the Roshan,
fallen.
they've taken out both tier 1s in mid and bottom, so it's a lot more difficult for EG to contest that. I guess it's worth it, but you did use a 10-second BKB charge to kill the Witch Doctor and kind of go for the CM.
Yeah. You don't actually. I mean, you don't, at this point, like the
Dire's
whether
bottom
CM lives or
tower
not, the big
is
thing is
under
that the
attack.
Bristleback dies, and EG Sumail suddenly up to 2k gold, so he can transition to that BKB you talked about, or the Ag Scepter, whatever his next item of choice will be. So for EG, how do you feel like they kind of scale towards the late game? Like CM and Witch Doctor late game with farm sounds amazing, but the CM, one of those heroes, notorious for being really bad in a late game scenario.
I think Sumail has to go for a BKB here, but it's not the ideal choice. And the problem right now with EG's lineup is they don't really have a hero that benefits from.
Oh, great play from Universe. He was there to cancel the Requiem of Souls. Fear, knowing his buddy was there to back him up, and well,
It's too
That
over aggressive by RTC.
I
But
think
he kind of assumed that Universe was there. That was pretty unexpected.
he
here
didn't have
for us.
any. I think he had no way out anyway, so he's like, I may as well go for this.
Yeah.
Because it's like Fear knows the damage and what SF can do there. He's seen this countless times from his own teammate, from RTZ.
If you've been playing pubs in the last 3 weeks,
Yeah.
everybody knows what
So
the damage
if
output
he's
is.
running at you as an SF, chances are there's someone else there who's going to cancel that combo. But what else can RTZ do?
Yeah.
It's, maybe he yields his Fear and tries to TP out, but if the puck's there, then he's going to cancel the TP. So.
But who on EG's lineup really benefits from the troll, as I was saying earlier, in the late game?
Radiant
The Queen
must
of Pain
summon the
sort of does,
spirit
the Witch
to
Doctor
defend
ult,
the top
doesn't do it,
tower.
it doesn't
Whether
change
accidentally
anything.
or on
I guess it
purpose,
sort of helps
Radiant
Puck become a
structures have
DPS
been
scaler.
fortified.
And the CM, like, it just doesn't do
Hey,
anything.
don't be hating on
Wait a minute,
CM.
just in.
Oh, and he gets the deny
It's
off as
been
well. It's just so
confirmed.
much damage on him.
Radiant's top tower
So
has
late game,
been
I feel like it
denied.
favors Secret by a pretty decent margin, actually. I think the Bristleback especially is going to be so hard for EG to deal with.
That seems like the main problem here, because even with Secret, they Secret have like a Chen who doesn't go that well to the late game. Even the Nyx Assassin is much more that kind of mid-game initiator, but S4's got a lot of farming up his hands, and just being that initiator, the spammable Mana Burn against the Queen of Pain is going to do huge damage in a late game scenario as well, and that's this Mana Burn in general, great against Puck and Quap. This is like a mini Laguna Blade to throw on top of their other nukes.
Yeah, and speaking of Laguna Blades, once Kuro gets an Aghanim Scepter, and judging by the way that Secret always plays, he's going to grab one sooner than later. That really helps against heroes like Queen of Pain, the Troll when they get BKBs, and especially when it goes to 5 seconds. You've got the Lina ult Ags just to stop them.
Yeah.
Tell them, okay, you're at half HP, run away, and then once the BKBs flare out, you've got a lot of heroes that can chase. You've got 3 Blink Daggers actually on the way of Secret. You've got one on the SF, one on the Nyx, and one on the Lina actually. And when you've got that kind of mobility and chasing, late game fighting for EG, they have to hard commit to things.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at the net worth series, Secret supports almost like doubling the net worth of EGs. What is it about like their playstyles that kind of causes this to happen, do you feel?
Good mobility, good rotations, being able to back themselves up in fights. Things of that nature are always going to help. Not getting flustered especially. It just looks like they never really worry too much if they're ahead or behind. They always know, stick to the game plan, stick to the script, and that seems to help them more than any other team.
Well, for Secret, they're going to continue to do their thing, and the net worth for Bristleback continuing to climb, but it is Troll and Fear who's topping the net worth here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of farm. He got the Roshan as well, I believe. I think the only fight that went really badly for him was the one at top.
Yeah.
He did die early in the lane, but he was top farmer for the most part. And now Fear, I feel like this is EG's timing. You've got your BKB on your Troll. Nobody else benefits from your ultimate. You've got an Orchid on the Queen of Pain. She's about to pick up her BKB as well. I feel like this is the timing. You grab both BKBs on both your cores, and you just make a move for it right now.
Roshan will be respawning fairly soon as we go into the... Actually, it's back now, and Secret looking to take it themselves, and I think EG are not going to let this go down without a fight.
Yeah, especially with both BKBs flying. I don't think you wait for the Queen of Pains. You have the one on Troll already. The coil is missed on S4.
That's costly now.
They definitely need that to fight.
They're not going to get to the Roach Pit in time. It's too late.
Yeah,
There's no way they're going to have to tie to it right now. Fear should be fast enough, but he gets Yule's up. He has to pop the BKB. Get out of here, buddy!
Okay, he pops it just for the Impale here. Universe blinks in, gets hit by the Carapace, so now Kuro going to blow up your puck. Great play!
That's his gem as well on the ground. Fear's getting really low. They do manage to pop it out. Arteezy's actually getting into a right-click fight with him. Are they going to be able to get it off? No!
Ooh, just barely TP'd out of that one, but Secret still come out on top with an Aegis, with a gem, and with 3 hero kills to their name. Oh boy.
That is a swing and no work. They lost 1,000 gold. They gained 1,600 on the side of Secret. Fighting against that coil, that was the crucial moment. Roshan, regardless of where it's at that point, you hightail it. You can't fight that. You don't know. You're completely blind. It's not like Chen where you can send a creep in to check. At that point, it was hard commitment. And once you've lost that puck, how do you actually fight? That was their best chance because there's no BKBs on the way of Secret right now. So if they were able to get that puck ult off, if you notice how far the Witch Doctor played up, he was just looking to abuse that coil plus combo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe he didn't know, but he played so far up, and at that point they weren't getting anything out of that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like EG were just kind of...
The Dire just
they didn't fully commit to
attacking
Radiant's
Radiant's top
just try and
tower.
test the water, see what was there, and
You can't test the waters against 3 Blink Daggers.
You had to go all in, especially when SF doesn't have a BKB. You've got disables for it. They're now going to look to defend their tier 2 top tower. Puppey with an Ag Scepter has this ancient Granagon just poised in the front lines here. They go in, get the Dreamclaw down. Only hits Puppey though. Sumail in the front as well. Bristleback just going ham here. He's doing so much damage. Brings down Sumail with one last right click, and PPD next in line for the cleaver. Bristleback just spraying everyone down. And now, well, the rest of EG looks soon to fall as Arteezy gets one last raise, and he's going to bring down Fear as well. It's a 5-man wipe, ultra kill for Zai. The Zai Bristleback strikes again.
It's just not a lot of heroes that can do anything to it.
Radiant's
You
top
have to
tower
rely on
is
the Witch
under
Doctor roll
attack.
for damage, but he's
Oh,
only
look,
level 100.
they found
He's
the
got
button.
Power Tread.
Radiant structures have
he's
been
built a full
fortified.
poverty build. He's got Bracer. He fully upgraded his magic
Radiant's
wand.
top
There's just no
tower
way to
is
stop him
under
right here.
attack.
Well, that's the GG call, and Secret
Radiant's top
continue their
tower has
undefeated
fallen.
run here at the Dota 2 Asia
Dire
Championship, going
victory.
14-0 in the group stage. Just one match remains against Vici Gaming.
The snowball factor wasn't enough for EG. I think Crystal Maiden especially is kind of an all-any hero. It's
Yeah.
why it's not picked a lot. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know about you. They have the Witch Doctor ready to counter the Chen. It's not like